Hi everyone, it's Ann. Welcome to Ann T Tarot. Today we're just going to do a general reading for the collective. What does the collective need to know at this time, Spirit? And I'll pull first from these oracle cards just to get a feeling for the energy for the collective. Then we'll pull tarot cards. Messages for the collective viewers. What does the general collective viewers need to know at this time, Spirit? Current energy for the collective viewers. Ooh, coldness. We are in the approaching winter in the northeast hemisphere here. Coldness, absence of love. Love life is blocked, frozen in some area of your life. Emotions buried deep within. Okay. So someone has their heart closed. If this reading resonate with you, either you or is someone that you have in mind or a connection. But there is a coldness and an absence of love. Someone's heart is blocked. And it says frozen in some area of your life. So it doesn't necessarily have to be love. It could be, any type of relationship. Parental, siblings. There's some kind of coldness, not speaking to one another. And it's based on some deep emotion or wound that was buried deep within. From the past, from childhood, perhaps even from a past life connection. And I do have a deck that is about sacred wounds. And I wasn't planning on using that, but that may be a good deck to use as clarifier. I'm trying to see if I have it close within reach. I have several decks. I created my own love shadow deck as well. Let me see if I have it handy. Oh, I do. Okay. This wasn't the deck I had in mind, but this is my own shadow deck that I created. So if you like these cards, I do have it on the channel. I created last year. So let's see. Okay, this card looked like it wanted to flip around here. Church challenge. Wow. Past life. I did pick that up. Negative communication. Dark night of the soul. Bottom of the deck screaming. All right. So there is something I hear frozen in time. So so someone is going through block communication, coldness with someone you're not talking to. Perhaps it could be a sibling, a parent, an old friend, an old lover, whatever connection it is. This was a connection that may have been from the past, from childhood, this lifetime, perhaps from a past life, although that the past life feels strong. See, look, there's coldness here. Negative communication. You guys went through a dark night of the soul, or you may have gone through a dark night of the soul. It may have something to do with sacrifice, religion, differing of opinion. Maybe someone wanted to follow a particular religion, tradition, and someone else was more spiritual and questioned some of the teaching or the upbringing. But there was some deep-rooted pain that needs to be healed, that goes really deep. And this wound have kept your heart closed and blocked. Now, this is a general reading, so it could be you or it could be them, right? So take it how it resonates. So either the person you have in question or you, whoever we're tapping into, this person have closed their heart. And if you're wondering why you can't attract any loving relationship, or if you're wondering why they can't attract any loving relationship, it's because your heart is closed. And you could be subconsciously pushing people away, sabotaging, or attracting, people that are not suited for you, or not, that doesn't resonate with you, or does not have your best interests at heart or in mind, or not equal to you, because of this deep wound that you bury really deep within yourself. So these are all the clarifier cards for this energy that we have. It's something from the past that have kept your heart closed all this time, that needs to be healed and at least recognized or acknowledged, dug up, release, transmuted, if you want to move forward with a loving, healthy relationship, any type of love, right? Because you have to heal that part, and you have to bring it up to the surface and basically look at it, deal with it, acknowledge it. Yeah, someone feels like they're screaming, so you need to release it. Release it, let it out, let it heal. All right, and we have Magician, so it says you do have all the tools, that you do have the skills and the tool to transmute that blocked energy. There may have been some violence or abuse. Oh, and it says false twin. So there was a false twin flame. Someone may have entered your life that you may have thought was the one, but it turned out it wasn't. And that's what I just said, right? Because your heart is closed, it's a subconscious self-sabotage. You tend to attract people that may not be good with you, that may not resonate with you, that may not, that may have bad intentions. And it could be subconscious. And so it's like a pattern. So consciously, you may feel you want a connection, relationship, ready for a relationship, but then subconsciously, because your heart is closed or blocked, you may be subconsciously attracting, like I said, someone that is emotionally unavailable, physically unavailable, someone that may be abusive, doesn't have your best interest in mind, someone may be a false, a player. And this deep-rooted coldness, dark night of the soul, may also have been violence, some kind of violence, physical abuse, emotional abuse, maybe some kind of sacrifice also, past life sacrifice. Wow. Wow, right off the bat, it's really deep. All right. Oh my God. Let me take a sip of water. Someone may need to work on their throat chakra to speak. That's why we have screaming, right? You need to scream and let it out, release. So I start coughing, work on the throat chakra, speak your truth. All right, what else, Spirit? What else? What else does the collective need to know this time? Oh, passion. Sad news, the devil, deep thinking, purpose, marriage. Passion. New passion in life, sad news, the devil. So there is some toxic energy, obsession, addiction, deep thinking, self-reflection, purpose, looking for meaning in life, doing the soul work, discovering. Okay, so whoever this reading is for, it looks like you're at a point in your life where you're trying to figure out your purpose. And you're wondering why you're going around in a loop. Perhaps having the same relationship over and over again. Just different people, different faces, different person. And so you're thinking, why do I keep on having the same argument, the same pattern, the same... Why does my relationship start and end the same way? And that's because it's a pattern. It's a pattern from the past. That's deep down, is a deep wound that you've buried deep within that you may not be aware of. So you feel like you want this connection, but then somehow subconsciously you attract these negative souls, which is the false twin, the karmic people that are there to help you break free from that deep wound. And this may be what you want, or it may be what you want to manifest, right? The Magician. But somehow you're in this loop. Again, if it's not you, it could be them, right? In this loop and trying to figure out, how do I heal this, or how do I end this cycle, right? Like a hamster on the wheel. Because this is what I ultimately want. And what is my purpose? So you may be doing some soul searching. We have Dark Night of the Soul. Discovering your life purpose, go a spiritual journey. All right. So bottom of the deck, creativity, new ideas, snake, time of healing, shed old skin, secret knowledge. Yeah. So whoever this reading is for, is a time of introspection and healing. So you need to do some deep healing work. I hear trauma work, trauma release, maybe even soul retrieval kind of work. To release out with the old and with the new. So if you are a healer yourself, you can do the work on yourself, or you can seek out a healer to help you. Maybe even past life regression, or Reiki, or soul retrieval. There's a deep, deep wound that you have buried very deep, that your conscious mind may not even be aware of, that you need to bring up and release and heal and let go. All right. Let's pull tarot. What does the collective viewer need to know at this time, Spirit? What does the collective... Okay. So here's you, right? Or the person, the sovereign person. I'm going to put these over here. So you are sovereign being, independent, strong, successful, Knight of Coins. I'm sorry, Knight of Cups. So water energy. Now this could also be you, right? Or if you are a water sign, or there is a water person entering your life or already in your life. Water are Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Equal give and take. So you are a very successful person who've done really well for themselves, who have self-reliance, confident, independent, successful. You may hold back as far as your emotion goes, but you are very giving. So you're in a position where you may give to the less fortunate or do some charity work. Or you could have an offer coming in, an emotional offer. Let's clarify the Knight of Cups, Spirit, to see if that's an energy coming in or if that's you making an offer to give. Toxicity. That's that devil energy we saw. Situation, people, it's time to purge. Having a toxic mindset, dead end relationship. Yeah. So this is just you holding back your emotions. It's the same thing as this. This emotion buried deep within. It is water and it represents water, but water sign can be very good at faking their emotion, right? Not showing their emotion. So it's the same. It's the same. It's that devil we saw, it's toxicity. So whatever this deep wound, this trauma is, whether from a past life or from your childhood of this lifetime, it's very toxic and it's holding you back and you need to release it. That's why you keep, remember I said loop, hamster on a wheel. That's why you keep on attracting dead-end relationships. There's some type of toxicity. It's time to purge. And remember I said you have the magician energy where you have the ability to heal and manifest and purge, right? It talks about purging, fire, purge, cleanse. For some of you, there may have been some abuse, some sexual abuse as a child. That's why it's a very deep wound, negative communication, dark night of the soul. It's so traumatic that as a child you may have blocked it. And you consciously may not be aware of it, but it's spirit is saying that it's time. See, there's secret knowledge you may not even know. Time of healing. Shed the old skin. And it's the same message over and over again. Toxic situation or people may have been involved. It's time to purge. Having a toxic mindset, dead end relationship. See, we have that devil energy. So I sense that, see, here I go coughing again, choking. Whatever it was that kept you, it closed up your your heart chakra and your throat chakra, and the energy really wants to come out. Every time I talk about this energy, I start coughing. So it's like there's a part of you know something is going on, but you can't put your finger on it. And you're wondering what is going on. And you observe yourself and your life and your different relationships. And you realize that it keeps on ending the same way. It's like, you know how the saying, different day, same shit, different day. It's like you're thinking, okay, it's different people, different phases, but I'm going through the same shit over and over again. Like it starts out one way, happy, flirt, and then it somehow it ends up toxic. It's the pattern that you need to shed and break, and that's because consciously you want a connection, but subconsciously you're sabotaging it because there's this, your heart is closed and there's this deep wound that needs to be healed, and Spirit's saying it's time to release and let go. It's time to release and let go. Because you've done well for yourself. And maybe in the business world, in the corporate world, in life. But when it comes to love, emotion, having a connection, you may not have let anyone in because your heart is closed. And now you're looking at this time in your life, right? Where you maybe you're looking for a marriage or a bonding or some kind of connection and purpose in your life, and you're going through deep thoughts, wondering how do I achieve that? Spirit saying you do have the ability to attract it. Isolation, I do feel that hermit energy. Yeah, so you may be doing some deep thinking and healing, being in isolation. See, being emotionally removed, choosing to be alone, recharging your mind, body, introspection. Yeah, deep thinking, introspection, trying to figure out what is it. So you are being guided. There is a higher power that is guiding you to this healing, choosing your highest good, aligning with your higher self, connected to Spirit on the path of the divine. It goes back to that purpose, right? What is my purpose in life? What is my calling in life? And it's hand in hand. You can't do your work and your calling with a closed heart. So whether if you're in meditation to figure out, what is your life partner, or what is your purpose in life, or where am I going in life? What is my calling? What am I here to do? Deep thinking, right? Deep thinking, hermit energy, isolation, figuring this out. The key is healing your heart, because you have to open your heart for all that goodness to come in. And right now, you can't because your heart is closed, and it's closed because you have this deep wound that's very deep within that you need to release, that you may not be aware of, but I'm sensing you may have an inkling that something is there. Maybe not the full picture. Love. Romantic feelings, mutual attraction. Someone has feelings for you. Focusing on love. Yeah. You need to open your heart and allow love to come in. The love is there. And the person is there. And this love is all kinds of love. Self-love first. You have to open your heart, love yourself. And then you will attract love. Attract the romantic person to come in, and then the love of your passion of your calling. Renewal, powerful inner transformation, leave old flames, embrace the new, release or energy emotion. It's the same message over and over. So you're at a point where Spirit's really saying to release. Look, we have soulmates, leadership and soulmates. So once you heal and release the old wound, you will attract that love and that soulmate, and you'll be in a position to do whatever you're led to do. your calling. So I sense that whoever this is meant for, you've been doing some reflection, wondering, why can't I seem to attract the right person? Like, I'm successful in all area of my life except for maybe love or relationship. And why does all my relationship end the same way? And that's because of this deep wound. The first card that we started out with. All right, so advice for the advice. What do we need to know? What does the collective need to know to heal this? Okay, so that we have the Emperor taking charge, taking control, walking away, seeking something better, right? Not accepting. And work. Well, first, taking control of your life, because we have the Magician, right? You have the skills and the ability to manifest. This is walking away from something that no longer serves, right? In search of something spiritual. And it takes work. It's going to take work. You need to work on it. Bottom of the deck, message. Communicate. Okay, you will be victorious. You will be overcome it. You may have to expand your horizon. Balancing. Enlightenment, shedding light on it. You need to shed light on it. Bring it up to the surface, shed light on it so you're aware. So we have the Hermit twice or 3 times. Isolation is Hermit energy as well. Here's the block. It's block. You need to shed light on this blocked heart. Yeah, there's something that you're not seeing. Yeah, wounded. It may be ancestral or a lifetime family. It's like it's really old, deep wound. See this guy? It's amazing how these cards come out. This is the you're mentally trapped. You can't see. I hear the word hostage. I don't know if that applies. And you were wounded in battle or wounded. And it's a long time. And something that you've dealt with like all of your life. And this also represents generational, right? So it could have been multiple lifetimes. And for whatever reason, Spirit's saying now is the time to release and heal this. Perhaps it's time because you're ready. All right. Let's pull another. Let's do another deck. Advice. How do we go about healing this? How advice, this one feel like it wants to come out. Clarity, truth, intention. Okay, so set the intention, be clear. Be clear in what it is that you want. Look at the truth. Set your intention and be honest with yourself. Commitment. You need to commit to seeing the light and the truth. That's, remember I said hard work. I asked, how do you do it? Hard work. Commitment to actually really look at it. Because right now, maybe you're turning a blind eye towards it, or you don't want to see, or part of you is suppressing it, don't want to see, because it hurts. Whenever you come close to it, hurt. Maybe Some of you may have even nightmare or recurring dreams around this. Mistakes, victim, yeah. Lost soul victim. Running, ghosting, yeah. So you have to look at it head on. You can't keep on suppressing it. You have to. That's why I sense this is really deep. And it could be very traumatic. And I sense that it's something you may need to seek help with from a trusted friend or a trusted healer friend, or because it's you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable, and there are things that may come up, so you need someone that you can trust to hold that space for you. That's why I mentioned earlier, maybe past life regression or Reiki or soul retrieval, because there's a part of yourself that's missing, and it's like your conscious mind sense and see bits and pieces of it, but it was painful. So your subconscious mind or your ego mind is suppressing it because it's painful, but then you keep on attracting subconsciously and blocking things, and you don't want to repeat this pattern again. So in the past, you may have run away from it, but then you keep, and then you start an end relationship, and you go from John to Joe to James to Jim, and it all ends up the same way. And now you may be tired of it and thinking, how do I stop this cycle, this pattern? And you may have felt like a victim, and now you're doing this deep introspection. So I asked, how do you go about fixing this or healing this or breaking this cycle? And Spirit's saying it's going to take hard work. It's going to take work. But you need to be honest with yourself and look at it truthfully and commit to it. Commit to the work, the healing work. And be able to look at it and not run away from it, and not, turn the blind eye. She's blindfolded. Confessions, unveiling, coming clean. And then we got the 8 of Wands, right? Which is temperance. So there is our angel Michael, healing angel. Your angels, your guides there. This is the healing card, right? Balancing, healing. We had the 8, yeah, see, we have the 8 of Wands, which is messages, and here we have confession, messages, unveiling, coming clean, messages. You may get messages from your guides, your angel as well. And we talked about clarity, being truthful, coming clean, meaning you need to like take the blinders off, the blindfold off, and really look at it. But I feel you are ready. You are ready. That's why you came across this reading. And that's why Spirit is, coming to kind of guide you in a way. And they will be there to guide and support and help. Because here it is, the angel, the healing angel. But it's going to take work. It's going to take hard work. Depth, awareness, importance. Yeah, it's going to be some deep, some deep healing. Heart, it's the heart. Healing the heart, opening the heart. Stress, trouble, tension, arguments. It may be stressful. Yeah, we have the blockage again. All right. What else? apology, forgiveness, return. So you may have to abandon. There's may have been some abandonment issue as well. And here's that word again, cold. So there is a coldness. So you may need to trust your intuition. You do have an inner knowing. So trust your intuition. And this forgiveness may be self-forgiveness, right? Forgiving yourself for going through that. Because sometimes people that go through abuse, they may blame themselves for attracting the abuse. You need to do self-forgiveness and then also forgiving whoever it was that did the abuse as well. All right, so final outcome. What is the final outcome? Final outcome, Spirit. You're going to be balancing, teeter-tottering between two worlds, right? You get a glimpse of something, and then you come back to this world. Get a glimpse of something, come back to this world. Expansion. Ship has come in. Knight of Coins. Progress. Stable, steady progress. So it may take time, right? So be patient with yourself. But first you need to recognize it, acknowledge it, ask for help, open your heart, look at it, be honest with yourself, be clear. And then you need to do, releasing and healing. There may be some frustration, sad. We had sad news earlier, right? So some of you may be feeling sad, maybe going through depression. Rituals. Yeah, there may have been some ritual abuse. It's a deep wound. Final outcome. Waiting, yeah, patient. You need to be patient. Overwhelmed. You know what? There's jealousy here. And I saw jealousy here. So there may be some jealousy that you need to release as well, because you may have had some third-party situation that you need to release of. Either you need to release, or someone else was jealous of you, but there's some kind of jealousy and envy, right? So either someone was jealous of you and someone else, or you may have been jealous, but there's some kind of jealousy. All right. I was trying to get a final... Okay, so what is the final outcome, Spirit, of this? What is the final outcome? Oh my God, there's still sadness. Disappointment, regret, depression. Unwelcome change. We have sadness a lot. We have sadness, sadness. There's sadness in here, or in here, one of these piles. There's sadness. So you're really sad. Maybe it's that victimhood, right? Or sad of just how things are going in your life, or just the overall thing. But there are new opportunities, starting over, reinventing yourself. Birth of a child, idea, or project. Okay. So remember I said there may be slow progress. However, I asked for the final outcome. So it's kind of healing. It's like going 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards, 3 steps forward, 2 steps backwards, right? So immediately as you start doing this work and release, when you release and healing all these emotions are going to come up. There's going to be sadness that come up. There may be frustration that comes up. However, it takes hard work and commitment, honesty, self-forgiveness, clarity. Be truthful to yourself, honest with yourself. Once you go through it and you keep at it, you will reinvent yourself. You will heal. Remember, like the snake shedding the old. So it's like the snake shedding the skin. Time of healing, shed old skin. So it's going to take time. And then you're going to be able to start over. Reinvent yourself. It's like, oh, and there you can do look into rebirthing. I think there's a healing modality called rebirthing. Something with birthing, rebirthing, where you know, what that comes to mind. So you can research that. So past life regression, perhaps Reiki, soul retrieval, and rebirthing. Those are things that comes to mind that may help. But so the final outcome is you will overcome this, because we have that magician and you have all the tools and skills you need to be able to manifest. But it's going to take time and hard work and commitment and dedication. Self-love, self-commitment, self-respect, self-forgiveness. And then you'll be able to start over. So this is, I'm glad it's a happy ending, because that's why I pulled another one, because I kept getting, so you have to go over the hump first, and then we have dating. And then once you do, then you'll be on your way, because your heart will be, you'll be healed, your heart will be open. Then you begin to open to love, and then going on more dates, feeling good, and flirting, dating. So happy outcome. But in the meantime, your guides or angels will help you. Wow. I wasn't expecting such a deep, surviving such a deep time off. So you may need to take some time off while you're doing this healing work, or this time, taking time to relax, taking care of yourself first, doing things that make you happy, enjoying life more. So maybe during this holiday time, when it's time, you can take time off, vacational time, or if you have your own business, you know, time to slow down, reflect. But it's time. Spirit's saying it's time, and you can do it. But don't expect miracles overnight or results overnight, because this healing work is going to bring up sadness. And then once you release that, then you'll be on your way. So there will be a happy ending. There will be success. We did get that six of wands victory. But just be patient with yourself. It's not going to be immediate. All right? So whoever this reading is meant for, I hope you found it. I hope it resonated. I hope you found it helpful and useful. Wishing you all the best. Good luck to you, love and light, and I will catch you again on the next video. Bye.